What's up, dude? Scorpion K3 here, back again with yet another new series for the channel. This time, it will be Enter the Gungeon. Now, I've played this game a fair amount before, but I figure we'll start fresh on a new save, and we will work from here and work together towards our goal of beating the game. Now we have to go through the manual, the tutorial mode, and I'm doing this for any new guests or new people who haven't played this. E activates things on, and I'm playing on PC without a controller. Some people say controller is easier, but I don't like controller. So I always play with the mouse, and in my opinion, you have better aiming control with a mouse than with a PC. But, you know, everyone has their own opinions on Enter the Gungeon. I love mouse controls. I forgot how silly this little intro thing is. As long as you don't get hit, you'll be fine. But every character has a certain amount of health, and you get hit, you get part of a you lose part of your heart. You don't want to take lots of hits, obviously. Dying is bad. Now, really, this game isn't too terrible hard. You need to get adjusted to facing the different bosses. That's the real, in my opinion, hard part, is the bosses can be just brutal when you're first starting out. Now, for the most part, people are able to get through a floor, maybe. But the whole point is you go through the... you will go through the Gungeon, which is this area, and you're trying to kill your past. Killing your past is kind of like dealing with a mistake from your past is the goal of the game. Dodge rolling... Getting good at dodge rolling is the really big thing. Learning enemy attack patterns, how they behave, who you're dealing with. It's all a learning process. So don't get discouraged. The first time I started this game, I died so much. Like, so much. It's kind of embarrassing just how much I actually died. And now our P-gun is upgraded to a P-cannon because there's a thing called synergies. Now, synergies is when you pick up items that react together, and you can see that having the Old Knight's helm reacts with the Old Knight shield and the P-shooter. So that's a thing you'll figure out as you play, is there are certain synergies. This one makes your P-shooter stronger and have explosive rounds, which is super useful. Also, I didn't notice that there was a blank in here. This is the boss door. In this room is a boss. Although, I wouldn't call this much of a boss, because with the P-cannon, he goes down pretty easy. And this is a real simple boss mechanic, is dodging around. When you kill stuff, you get money. Now we can actually go on to the Gungeon. There are 4 different characters. Each of them has their own unique thing that we will cover when it is time. Me personally, my favorite character is the Marine. So that's what I'm going to focus on starting as. Now for now, these side doors are all locked, but we will eventually unlock access to all those different areas. You start with 1 key, 2 blanks, and the Marine starts with 3 hearts and a shield. Shields will protect you from a hit, but they're not quite like Spirit Hearts from my other series, if you watch it. I suppose I'm making an assumption. Because when you face a boss, you want to do what's called flawlessing it, which is beating them without taking any damage. Ooh, those guys are useful. You want to kill them as quickly as possible, because they usually have something good inside of them. I just walked into that attack and I feel bad. Where is... This is a water barrel room, isn't it? There's no water barrel. Rude. But, if you flawless a boss, you get a health upgrade. Now, health is really precious in this game. You can lose health really quickly, and it takes ages to regenerate it. I got lucky on this floor and this guy spawned here, so that we were able to get some backup health, is how I'll phrase that early. Now, hopefully I don't take any more hits. But there are levels of rarity for chests. Oh, you're gonna break that, aren't you? No. Okay, cool. You need to die like now. So this water barrel is important, because we need to take it into this other room down here. And you will see why once it rolls through. Actually, I can just tell you. There's a secret area hidden behind the fireplace, which you can only access if you get the water barrel. Normally there's one in the room, but there wasn't... No! Get back here. But there wasn't a water barrel this time. I'm not entirely sure why there wasn't. I thought there always was one in the room, and then if it got destroyed you had to find a new one. But, I don't know. Either way. Ah! If I can control it well. You just launch it at the fireplace, walk inside, and press E, and you can see there's a secret room here, which we may or may not use. I haven't decided yet. Now these runs can take a little bit. If it's a real slow, weak run, you can take ages getting through the floor. Oh, I've already found the boss room. I don't want to face the boss without some items, so we're going to go search for some items. Now, I would love to face the boss, but I don't know if that's feasible just yet. Another thing you can access is the shop. Now, the shop is exactly what it sounds like. It's a shop. But there's a secret mechanic of the shop. If a key spawns on the floor in the Gungeon, you don't want to pick it up, because the shop will always be selling a key if you don't acquire a key on that floor. Now, keys are also pretty limited, and while they're pretty sparse, I should say, maybe limited is the wrong phrase, but if you don't if a key doesn't drop on the floor, the only place you'll get one is the shop, and it costs 25 on the first floor, and then it'll cost you 5 more each floor after that. So, as you can imagine, getting a key on every floor can get pretty expensive. Not everyone wants to spend their money on that when the store also sells potentially cool items. So we're just going to go around and search for our chests. There's always 2 chests. I suggest checking both of the chests before you open either of them, because there's a rarity system in this game about chests. And contrary to normal convention, blue chests are not more rare than green, even though like every game ever tends to put blue above green. White is common, green is uncommon, blue is rare, purple is ultra rare, and then orange is legendary. That's the normal like RPG mechanic, but for some reason the developers of this game decided that blue was going to be more rare than green. So I'm going to go ahead and open this, and I got a fish in a barrel. Now, it may seem like I'm wasting ammo, but that secret room we found on the other floor, well, secret rooms exist across all the floors. You just have to find them. I'm going to go ahead and buy a key, because I'm not gonna get access to the super secret room, because it's actually pretty hard to beat that floor without a decent item. And oh, this guy's a jerk. Now, most of the floor has been pretty easy, and this is where you prove how good you are, because bosses will destroy you if you don't know how to handle them. The main difficulty people will have is when they fight a new boss, learning how to dodge, how to maneuver. It's just, some bosses are worse than others. This boss in this room is a bit hard, but the boss is random on each fight, depending on your floor. Like, this floor can have the Gatling Gull, the twins, and a few others I can't remember off the top of my head. So this is the health upgrade I got for beating the boss without taking damage. And then ammo to refill our health. These, they're called hegemony credits, are your main system for unlocking stuff in the shop that we may or may not gain access to. And so I could search for the... Oh, there it is. If you shoot the wall and cracks form, like you can see here, that's a secret room. And if you fire a blank, you will unlock that secret room. Yay, we got a key. So we could go to the secret floor. I just might, but for now... Now, the secret floor... I think we're going to go for it, 'cause I'm pretty sure it unlocks stuff just by going to it. I don't remember for certain if it does or not. Unfortunately, I live vaguely close to a train track, so if you're watching this, you can probably hear the train. Now, the only reason this particular... going to the secret floor is a hard choice, because you have to use both your keys to access it, which can hurt a little bit, and I suggest anyone who's new to not take on the secret floor, because it is quite brutal. A, because of these trap rooms that exist that you have to dodge your way through, and it looks simple, but when you actually try and do it, it's a lot harder than it looks. But the main reason I would tell people to avoid this when they're new is the enemies are like 3rd and 4th floor enemies. So you get a sudden difficulty spike without a lot of practice, and that can really hurt you. Like these enemies, those spores come out, but then some of the spores that they've already sent out will turn hostile. Now, as you can see that I just showed off, is the tables will block shots, but they only have a limited durability, so eventually they will... Ouch! Eventually those tables will break. Now some enemies, those particular shotgun shells, have what's called predictive shot, so based on how you are moving, they'll hit you, because they're jerks. Snipers, not too terrible. They line up a shot, the beam will flash, and then they'll fire. So just be aware of their existence. And of course, you exist, you jerk. As long as you are flying through the air, you're invulnerable, but as soon as you touch down, you are vulnerable again. So you have to be careful with your dodging. Sometimes you'll dodge but misalign yourself, so you land with a shot just hitting you and you'll take damage. This game is tons of fun, but it is not easy, especially at first. You have to get used to all the mechanics. Like, those guys shoot a split shot, so you'll see them fire and you'll reactively try and dodge, but you'll often dodge into them. Or there'll be another enemy and you'll be dodging that other enemy, and you'll run into those guys' shots. What hit me? I'm guessing one of the... Ouch! I'm guessing one of these turned hostile and hit me when I wasn't paying attention. Now, I'm gonna buy this key. How much does this gun cost? 42. I kind of want that gun. And you can teleport to any of these teleporters. They train you to do that in the tutorial mode that you'll have to go through if you start this game, but... ouch, I'm bad at this game. As you can see, my dodging, if you watch my other series, dodging isn't my strong suit. I prefer to tank through most of the time. Does it work out? Not always. Now, if you've been paying attention, every time I enter a room, I shoot the chest because mimics exist. So sometimes you will have a chest that's actually a mimic, and you can spend your key on it, and then it'll attack you. You don't want to spend your key on it, because if you kill them, you'll get the item they're holding anyways. So, if you don't want to accidentally waste a key and also get attacked, just shoot a chest. Exactly once every time you enter a chest room. Make sure it's a weak gun, though. Don't use something super powerful, because I've made that mistake where I shot a thing once, but the thing I shot, I forgot was really powerful, so it just destroyed the chest. Now this over here is a barricaded door. You can only access it from the other side. So that usually indicates that our chest room is over here. You can see up on our map over here that it's blocked off, so you'll have to go around to access that. And those are normally the chest rooms, so I can identify, hey, I should go this way, because that's probably where my chest is. Whoops, I did not mean to hit that. Oh well. Oh, well I needed the... That item, the Marine starts with that item, and it just drops you an ammo drop. Rude room is rude. Those popcorn slimes suck. But now they're dead, so we're good. And the reason, hopefully, well, both of the chests on this floor were green tier, which green is better than blue, so this is a mid-tier chest. Now, there's a secret mechanic with chests that you don't always catch on to. One chest will always contain a gun, and the other chest will always contain a passive or an active item. So, like, this time I got a gun, so I know that the other chest will contain a passive or an active item. Now that green, well, actually, I'll just go back to it. This green thing over here, you can give it 2 guns that you don't like, and it will chew them up and spit out a gun of equal rank, or, if you're lucky, a gun of higher rank. Now, all weapons have a rank. I don't know if this shows them. Yeah, I'm unlocking things. No, this doesn't show their rank, but everything's ranked in this game. And obviously, the higher the rank, the better it is. So you want higher ranked things, and you'll kind of figure out what guns are better on your own, because they'll kill enemies better, or they'll have a cool effect, or there's some really obvious ways to tell good guns from less good guns. And it takes getting used to. This game is a lot of learning enemy movements, attack patterns, blah de blah de blah. Now this boss is unique in that even if you flawless him, you're still not going to get an extra bonus, so don't stress perfecting this guy too much, because it's not a big deal. He is, however, ouch, a jerk. Oh, also, if you're standing still and hit your dodge roll button, you won't move at all. Now the light gun's a lot of fun, because it shoots out that little duck. Ouch. I'm bad at dodging. Ah. Ouch. Now a lot of runs will end in unfortunate, sad death. That's just a sad reality of this game. Death is constant, and all you can do is pick yourself back up and try again. I think anyone who likes shooting games, or over the top down, top view, I can't remember what they call it specifically, but if you like games that you're looking down from above, go ahead and get this game. Ooh, this is a great item. Wax wings. And what does it synergize with? The light gun? Well, I'm not sure how they synergize or what the synergy does specifically, but by this other key, go open our other chest. Now, flight is awesome because it allows you to fly over gaps and any enemies that spread poison across the ground. And you don't have to worry about falling into pits, which if you do, you take damage. So, you know, those are important things for flight that just make your life easier. Now, this item that I'm going to go get in here is the Ancient Crest, Old Crest. I'm going to search for our secret room. Nope, not in here. Now, you can shoot the walls to check, but if it's a big floor, you don't want to have to shoot every single wall, because it won't always reveal on the first shot, so you have to shoot it a few times. There are some common areas for secret rooms, so I usually check those with my gun, and then if I can't find it, I'll just blank randomly. Anyways, that old crest unlocks access to the next secret floor. There are 2. So it pays to go to secret rooms because you get more items. But there's a cost associated with it because some of the secret rooms are really, really hard. Now, the old crest, the only way to unlock the next secret room is to make it to what I call the altar room. It's the room that you have to take this crest to without getting hit. So from now on, I need to not get hit. It is of utmost functionality importance. Now, you didn't see the effect of this gun with the boss, because bosses, well, most bosses can't be stunned, but when this hits an enemy, it stuns them a lot of the time. I wanted to grab ammo for this gun. Oh, the dog helps out here. That's why it's a synergy. Cool. And we also picked up the white Guon stone, this thing floating around. It'll block any shots that hit it, and also it gives us an extra blank. Now this is often a secret room, because it's just a common thing to happen. Okay, you're not a bad chest. I'm not going to open it. I want to open it. I'm not going to, because I could find a better chest that I want to open instead. There's not always just 2 chests. Sometimes chests will spawn when you clear a room. That is a possible drop for clearing a room. So I always suggest, if you're good at the game, don't spend your keys too quickly. I think there's a lot of little changes people can make to really get better at this game, and not spending your keys is a big one, in my opinion, because you never know what items will drop. So there's a lot to be said about caution? Yeah, caution. Being careful and just methodical about your decisions. Don't just blindly follow your impulses, because these spider guys are jerks. Normally their webs that they spit out slow you down, but since I have flight, I don't have to worry about it. But always try and make calculated decisions when it comes to chests and things. You don't want to just impulse grab stuff. Now, it bugs my brain, but green is better than blue in terms of chest ranking, so if we don't get another key, we will want to open the green one instead of the blue one. This is the altar room, and all you have to do is come back here and place the crest. Now, I would suggest not going down that room until after you've cleared the floor and beaten the boss, because beating a boss flawlessly gets you a health upgrade, and also more loot. And loot is... I mean, it's the main mechanic of this game, is get loot, do well. Some loot is better than others, and I'm alright at this game, so hopefully I'll get a win this run. Words and stuff and things. Alright, in the shop, there was an item. It's called the Prime Primer. You have to, in order to actually beat the game, you have to unlock a secret item called the Bullet That Can Kill Your Past. Well, I got hit, but I'd already dropped off the crest, so I'm good. But the Bullet That Can Kill Your Past can only be made by gathering specific ingredients. And actually, one of them requires flight, trial and error, or a unique unique weapons or items, I should say. Now the Prime Primer is on this floor, it's in the shop, and you need 100 and some money, I think. I'll go check here. $110 money. Now, in order to save that you unlocked these different bits and pieces, you have to make it to the forge and talk to... You have to make it down to the 5th floor and talk to the lady there, and she'll be like, oh, you brought me these pieces, cool. You can potentially do it all in one run, but I don't think that'd be very easy. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to hopefully get all of the pieces I need in this one run. I highly doubt I will succeed, but I'm going to try. And so far we've found the 2 chests. One is green, one is blue. We'll definitely grab the green one. And if the chest in here is really good... What? Why is this room just empty? Did I already find... Yeah, I already found the secret room, so... That room weirded me out. But depending on the tier of the chest in this room will affect whether or not we spend the key here and on the green chest or on the green chest and the blue chest. Now, that is a lit fuse. You only have until it hits the chest to open the chest or it explodes. But, if you notice, I have a gun that leaves pools of water. Any item, any weapon or item you have that leaves fluid on the ground will put out that fuse, so you don't have to worry about it. Now this is a NPC gate. This is how you will unlock the NPCs for the course of the game. And there's a very unique key you have to get in order to free them. Now, because I didn't pick it up anywhere else on the floor, that means it'll be in the boss fight, so we have to beat our boss before we can free these guys. I'm going to go ahead and open the green chest. Ring of Chest Vampirism, I think that's when you destroy chests, you get money from it, or you get health from it. So we will go take on our boss now. What a great weapon to get for this guy. This is the ammo combo. Probably, in my opinion, one of the hardest bosses to flawless, no matter how good you get at this game, just because he shoots so many freaking bullets everywhere. It's kind of hard to deal with everything. And every time he eats one of those little things, he gets longer. And he gains a speed buff, an attack buff. It's just... he's kind of a nightmare enemy, in my opinion. Now I'm going to do my best to flawless him, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Because like I said, he is honestly one of the hardest to do so with. Piercing weapons are great on him because they can hit multiple segments. Oh, I flawlessed him, yes! But any weapons that pierce are great because they can hit multiple segments of him. The shield is nifty as long as you're holding it up. You are immune to bullets. They'll all just bounce off you. And it only lasts for as long as you saw down here, so like you can be fighting, use it, and it'll bounce off like it's a good defensive thing. And as long as you're safe when it unlocks, you'll be good, but if the shield lowers and you're about to get hit, well, that sucks. So let's go unlock these guys. And this is the NPC person you need to unlock. This is your main... one of your main methods of unlocking new weapons is through her. Now we are going to be stupid. We didn't get enough money to buy the Prime Primer, so I'm going to go ahead and buy this key and open the chest down here. Oh, the Gungeon Pepper. The Gungeon Pepper, the item I just picked up, damages any enemies close to you, so it's useful for a few different types of enemies. But we're going to head down to the floor that will probably kill me. This is the Abbey of the True Gun. There are 2 secret rooms on this floor, so that's something to remember. And there's a type of enemy that always spawns on this floor called Jammed. Now that guy who's glowing red, he's known as a Jammed. Now those guys are dangerous because they inflict double damage. Ouch. But those glowing red attacks, those inflict double damage, so they'll take a whole heart from you in a single hit. And normally, they don't spawn unless you have what this game calls curse. Some items are cursed. You can generate curse on yourself by doing things, but there's a trade-off. The more curse you have, the more likely you will see jammed enemies, but there's also a lot of items that make you more powerful based on how much curse you have. And there's also the jammed enemies that you kill give you more money than regular enemies. So the more jammed you see, the more money. Oh, you're a jerk. That guy catches your shots. So don't fire at him when he's doing his little dance. And, oh right, we have the Gungeon Pepper, which just passively hurts him. I forgot about that. That's kind of convenient, actually. As you can see, you get enough enemies in a room firing at you, and your life gets quite difficult. Now the challenge, the main reason this floor in particular is so difficult is the final boss, and you'll see him in... I think even inexperienced players will understand why he is so hard. Because even for me, I've played so many hours of this game. Even now, I fear fighting him without, like, what I would call a perfect setup. Because he is really that hard. Ooh, a chest drum. Always shoot the chest first. Why did that open up so weird? I don't know, but I'm gonna destroy the shell of it. Ah, gold chest, yes! That is the... I can't remember if that's the best type of chest in the game or the second best. There's two very epic looking chests. Now, if that one is a mimic, cry. That's all you get to do, because its mimic form is just ungodly powerful. Ugh. Oh, I can be evil and stand close to him? Heh. I was gonna say without risking damage. Ah, I touched him just ever so slightly because I got caught on the edge. That was kind of rude, game. We are going to grab a key. And I don't think there will be a better chest on the floor, so I'm going to go ahead and open this. Orange Guon stone. Sweet. He shoots at enemies, so that's cool. Armor synthesizer. I wish I had that much money. Now, you know how I told you you can shoot walls to check for a secret room? If you shoot in this room, he gets mad at you, and you don't want him mad at you. So if you just shoot really quick... Yeah, no, that's not the secret room. There could still be one down here, but we don't want him mad at us, so we're going to stop shooting in his room, or he could disappear for the rest of the run. And, like, just all of it. He will bail, tell you you're a jerk, and never come back. Actually, now that I think about it, this is a great combo, because I can be near him without taking damage. Also, you're a jerk. Go away. Those guys, their little spells give the enemies more health, makes them attack faster, and are just generally a pain in the butt. Ah, that was terrible of me. I feel bad about that. You can just dodge around and watch him slowly die, but he gives great money when he dies because he was a jammed. It's a Rue room. If I didn't have flight, it would be really annoying. I mean, even with flight, it's kind of annoying, if I'm being perfectly honest. You and your ouch homing shots. Oh, I didn't realize our Heart of Ice would freeze all the water we've generated. I think it's time to switch to our We're Awesome mode. I can clear this whole game using nothing but the pistol, your starting weapon, but it's not easy to do that at all. I don't suggest you trying that until you get really well versed with the game. You can just go away. Ooh, free health. Or, well, I mean it is health, but it's a shield. Now, in theory, yeah. You will always find this guy in a secret room. And he asks you a question, and you can answer whatever you want. And he tells you you're right, and unlocks the chest. So it's kind of like a free... it's a free chest, basically. And I'm not sure what that item I just picked up does. Improved health, movement, speed, and damage. Cool. I appreciate those things. Did he have a key for sale? Yes, and we already bought it. So we're praying for a key in order to open this chest. Let's go back to our pistol and keep going. Ooh, this guy's awesome. If you pray at the altar, he gives you glass Guon stones, which are more shields, basically, but they have a double-edged sword nature. If you take a single hit, all of your glass Guon stones will break. So as long as you don't take damage, you can slowly acquire more of them, but as soon as you take damage, poof, they're all gone. So they're a great asset, but also you can lose them quite easily. Would you stop being a jerk? There we go. Now it's time to put our money where our mouth is. This boss is hard. I'm going to use the vertebrae K. And even with all of our Guon stones, I'm not confident. He's called the Old King, and he's just so rude. And yes, those are jammed shots, and they do cause double damage. And as you can see, he's got quite the random feeling attack pattern, because a lot of it is random. It's a pain in the butt. Now I'm praying we don't lose our glass Guon stones, but I'm gonna bet we do. And this is another boss that it doesn't matter if you flawless him. Ah, dang it. Because you don't get any special reward for beating him flawlessly. Now, beating him is, I think, one of the requirements for completing this game. Because there are achievements for a lot of things in this game, and I think beating him is one of them. It won't pop up because obviously I've already unlocked it once, but we'll see. I mean, this gun does good damage, but I don't have much ammo left for it. There are some things that I don't remember how to unlock because it's been too long. Ah, I'm out of ammo. And fire, despite the fact that fire is like a vertical idea, you can float over fire too. Just die already, you jerk. Ouch. Of course. You had to get one final hit in. I'm actually kind of impressed that I beat him without dying. Because we don't really have a very powerful setup. Rubidyne, this is an interesting gun because it bounces. But it is great for finding secret rooms because you can kind of cover a lot of a room with him, with the gun. Unfortunately, we did not get any keys. So we have to do a painful thing. I don't like doing this, but it is a thing that you can take advantage of. When you don't have a key, you can shoot a chest. And it will sometimes drop your item, it'll sometimes drop this trash, and sometimes it'll explode. You don't want to be near a chest that you're shooting, because, well, it can hurt you. So that's a thing you want to be careful of. Now there is yet another secret room on this floor, but I don't think we can access it yet. I don't know if you can or not. Now, some guns, like this one, I can press and hold it, the fire button, and it fires at that speed, or I can click and it fires significantly faster. You kind of want to experiment. Ooh, hold on. Hold that thought. I gotta go get this guy. That guy runs away from you, but when you kill him, he turns into a key. Ouch, that was rude, game. So you want to kill that little guy as soon as possible. Now, any items you leave on the floor can be stolen, except for keys. I know keys are safe. Any health you leave will get stolen, any armor you leave will get stolen, any ammo you leave will get stolen, so you want to make sure to not leave anything laying on the ground, or it will disappear forever. Secret room. Are they both mimics? Oh no, neither of them are mimics. The floor is trapped, that's why this room is here. But since we have flight, we don't have to worry about the floor being trapped. Now this charge gun is awesome because you charge it up, giant damage beam. Well, shell. And then the Lichy trigger finger we picked up allows us to have a faster fire rate. You're a jerk. Let's go ahead and keep searching. We're searching for our chest. And also I think this is the floor with the access room that requires flight. That it might be the 4th floor, but I think it's this floor. Walk away. This guy is a blank guy, so the first time you blank, a chest will always spawn in here, and then any blank after that has like a 50-50% chance of spawning a chest, with decreasing ratios as you successfully get chests. That guy is a jerk for obvious reasons. He can make copies of himself. Sweet, we got our blank back. Did we already find our secret room? Yeah, we did. Okay. Yes, this is the room that requires intelligence. Now you can get in these and follow them. And if you dodge roll, you will go from one to the next. And you have to kind of follow the path and figure out what to do. And time your dodges right so that you can jump from chest to chest. But thankfully we have flight, so we can skip all that. And we can go and grab our arcane powder, which we need for our final thingy. Now, do I have any? No, I don't have any barrel left. Darn. Go back to here. Hopefully, I don't remember how to switch. Tab? E. Oh, that was the wrong button. I don't remember how, but you can switch between which active item you have. Now, normally you can only carry one active item, but I picked up an item that lets me have multiple active ones. Which is awesome, because normally that arcane powder would take up my active item spot. I don't have to worry about it, because I can have two. And so far I haven't seen any evidence of the secret room on this floor, but I'm not saying I can't access it, I just don't think I can quite yet. So for now we shall continue onwards. Bad at dodging. And a lot of times I will dodge into enemies instead of away from them because I'm just that good at games. I found oh, they're both blue chests, so I will buy this key and go to this full chest. And I'm praying for a passive. That's not a passive, but it is kind of a cool idea. Now, I don't remember how to access it. Okay, I have to look up the controls. Controls, edit keyboard, bindings, next gun, left shift. There we go. This item is cool because you hit the spacebar and you flip a coin. When it lands, it'll randomly land in a room and kill every enemy in that room. But only of unexplored rooms. So you don't ever know how hard the room really was. Like, it could have spawned, it could clear a really easy room, and it will not clear boss rooms. So don't think you can clear the floor and then sneakily use it on your boss. It don't work that way. And trust me, I've tried a lot of times. It don't work on boss rooms. I wonder if they'll ever update it so that it gets a synergy where it can't. Oh, god dang it! Where it can clear boss rooms. I did not see that next shot. I'm so good at games, guys. Okay, we're good here. Let's go back down here and check and see if there's anything interesting down there. Full clearing a floor sounds like a challenge, but it's also really worth it because what did I spend my key on? Oh, a chest already. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. We have a key chilling out here, so we can grab this key. I remember that we had a key floating around on the floor. Ouch. Sloppy of me. Now, ouch. Pretty good at this game, but there's a pretty good chance that I will die. Okay, what do we have left for chests? A blue one? A blue one spawned in here, so let's go open this blue one. We got the trash cannon, which synergizes with the junk we have, which is pretty unimpressive. So for now, I think we'll just head on to the next floor and pray we don't get hit too much. This is not the next floor. I haven't actually found access to the next floor. I can't believe I assumed I had. Well, I saw that big room, thought it was empty, and assumed that meant that I was okay. Now, charge shots are great for bosses, but I hate this boss so much. He always makes me take so much damage. Because those little dudes are C4 and they explode. Ouch, like that. Oh, God. I am bad at this game, guys. I apologize. But, all in all, we got a lot of things done. And maybe next time we'll go try the game as a different character. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.